All right, Samasthiti, top of the mat. Top of the mat, feet together. All right, we'll just take a moment before we start closing the eyes, turning the attention into the body. So feeling the attention drop from the head space down into the space of the body. So it feels like an actual dropping down and in. Setting your intention internally. Good. Pressing down through the feet, lifting through the heart, rolling the collarbones back and down. Let's bring the palms to heart center. And we'll do the Ashtanga Yoga opening mantra. You can join me and we'll chant it straight through, or you can just listen. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Vande Gurunam Charanaravindeya Sandarshita Swatma Sukhavabodhe Nishreyase Jangalikayamane Samsara Hala Hala Mohashantye Abahu Purushakaram Shankachakrasi dharinam Sahasra shirasam shwetam Pranamami patanjalim. Exhale the hands back down to your side. Gently open the eyes. We'll start with Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, bringing the arms over your head, palms touch, reaching through the pinkies. Exhale, up and over into a forward fold, hands to the mat. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Inhale into half lift, reach the heart forward and up. Exhale, step or jump back into a plank. Lower the knees to modify, bend the elbows for Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, drop the hips, lift the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can roll through the toes or move through tabletop. Tuck the toes and lift the hips up and back. Good. Settling here. Taking this opportunity to feel into the body, just kind of checking in with how you're doing today. Settle into the breath. Bringing a tone in the vocal cords, if you haven't already, for your Ujjayi breath. So it's that same action in the throat that happens when you whisper. So tone in the vocal cords to help lengthen and deepen the breath. Good, let's take one more here. Fully exhale, empty of breath, step or jump to the top of the mat as the feet land. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, come to stand, pressing through the four corners of each foot. Palms press. Exhale, Samasthiti, floating the arms back down to your side. Again, like that, inhale, arms over your head. Exhale, fold forward, draw the lower belly and relax the back and the neck. Inhale, half lift, press through the feet, strong legs. Exhale, step or jump back, bend the elbows slowly, tone the lower belly. Inhale, upward facing dog, press through the shoulders, lift through the heart. Exhale into downward facing dog. Good. Settling here. Deepening and lengthening the breath as you draw the lower belly in, hollowing through the front of the pelvis. Feel the rib cage expand in all directions as you breathe in to make space for the breath. Good, take one more breath here. Full breath in and full breath out. Step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale as you lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold, fully exhale. Inhale, come to stand. Press down, tailbone, pubic bone moving down towards each other. Exhale, Samasthitihi. Again, inhale, arms over your head. Feel the pubic bone and tailbone moving down. Lift the rib cage. Exhale, fold forward, draw the lower belly in. Inhale, half lift, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, step or jump back. Keep the shoulders away from the ears as you bend the elbows. Inhale, lift the heart and reach back through the toes, big toes. Exhale into downward facing dog. Good, and for those of you in person, let me know if you're not okay with hands-on adjustments. Good, settling into the breath, draw the lower belly in and wrap the shoulder blades around towards the front of the body. So it feels like the upper back is getting nice and wide. Good, and from there you press into the hands, reach the hips up and back. It feels like the armpits are moving away from the floor as you press into the hands and reach the hips away from the hands. Steady breaths, one more. On your next inhale, coming to the top as you lengthen in half lift, lengthening between the rib cage and the hips. Exhale, fold, strong legs, lift the kneecaps. Inhale, press down to reach up and wrap the shoulder blades again. Exhale, Samasthitihi. Good. One more like that. Inhale, arms over your head, deep breath in. Exhale, fold, fully exhale. Inhale, half lift, moving with the breath. Exhale, step or jump back, bend the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press the shoulders down, micro bend the elbows. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Turn the hand out a little bit more. Yeah. Relax the neck, finding a juicy point along the legs. And then reach the hips back a little bit more. Good. Deep, steady breaths. Legs are strong. Kneecaps lifted as the heels reach towards the floor. One more breath. Fully exhale. Step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale as you land. Press through the feet. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, come to stand. Press through the feet. Shift back into the heels as the tailbone and pubic bone move towards each other. Exhale, Samasthitihi. Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend the knees. Drop the hips low. Inhale, lift the heart. Palms press and wrap the shoulder blades. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, upward facing dog. Bend the elbows a little bit as you lift the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot forward, as close as you can in between the hands. Lower the back heel. Inhale, come up as you press through both feet. Exhale, come back down. Maybe you need to take an extra breath here. Bend the elbows as you exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, back heel down. Inhale as you come up, keep pressing through both feet. Exhale as you come back down, step back, draw the lower belly in. Chaturanga Dandasana, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Or child's pose, always an option. Steady breaths. See if you can come back. If you've lost it, see if you can come back to that steady breath in and out, smoothing the edges of the breath. Releasing the soft palate. One more here. Step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale as you land. Exhale as you fold. Wake the feet up, wake the legs up. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the heart, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, Samasthitihi. One more like that. Inhale, free breath in. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Relax the neck. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back, slowly bend the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Strong legs reach back through the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot forward. Inhale, as you come up, keep bending into the right knee. Exhale, as you come back down, step back and bend the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Strong legs, relax the glutes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward. Inhale, bend into the left knee as you square the shoulders forward. Exhale, come back down. Good. Step back, bend the elbows. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, full breath out, downward facing dog. Nice. And then settle into the stillness. Follow the breath, moving in and out, up and down along the spine and through the body. Good. Bend the knees and then reach the hips back. Yes, good. That looks better. One more breath. Step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale as you land. Lengthen as you press through the four corners of the feet. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, drop the hips as low as you can. Lift the heart, drop the hips a little bit more. Exhale, Samasthiti. Good. Padangusthasana, bring the feet hip width distance apart, hands to your hips. Take a deep breath in. Lift the heart for a mini back bend. Exhale, fold forward, catch the big toes. Bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, find length, moving the heart forward. Exhale as you fold forward, reaching the crown of the head towards the mat. Relax the neck and bend the knees as much as you need to. Good. Point the elbows out to the side so there's space across the collarbones and you're not collapsing in the heart. Relax the neck. Move the shoulders away from the ears. Good. Hollowing through the front of the pelvis, drawing the lower belly in. Relaxing all along the spine. Good. One more breath here. Inhale, press to the feet, lift the heart. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, come back up. Exhale into Samasthiti. Inhale, arms over your head. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. We're moving with the breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to move into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Step the right foot forward. Lower the back heel, and then reach the left arm up. And we're straightening both legs. So if you can't straighten that front leg, then bring the hand up onto a shin, onto the right shin, or onto a block. Good. And so you can micro bend the knees. It's actually really good to micro bend the knees and really help us connect down into the floor. Feel both feet pressing down and away from each other to really engage your foundation. Lift the kneecaps, engage the quads. And then draw the lower ribs in to reach the tailbone back towards the left heel. Good. And then feel the spine lengthening out from the pelvis. Bring the hand behind the right foot. Good. Yeah. So you're a little bit more aligned over the right leg. Yeah, good. Exhale, gaze down. Shifting into half moon pose. So the right hand comes to the top right corner of the mat. Pick up the left leg, reach the left arm up. And so the hand can be on the floor or it can be on the block. Any level of the block that you need. You can gaze down or you can gaze up towards that left hand. Feel that right foot, the four corners of that right foot rooting down. Lift the kneecap, maybe micro bending the right knee. And reaching the left heel and the heart away from each other. Good. One more breath here. Draw the lower belly in. Exhale, bringing the hand and the leg back down to the floor, making your way into a high plank. Inhale in the high plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the left foot forward to the left side. Bring that back heel down and reach the right arm up. So the left hand can stay on the floor or it can come onto your shin or you can bring it onto a block. Wherever you are, to keep the spine over the left leg without arching the back. So reaching the tailbone towards the back of the mat, drawing the lower ribs in, and reaching the heart forward. Pressing strongly through both feet, down and away from each other. Good, and rolling the shoulders away from the ears. So there's no tension around the neck. Good, one more breath here. Draw the lower belly in. Nice. Either one. I like fingertips. Yeah, the palm is a little bit deeper. Exhale, gaze down, shifting into half moon pose. So picking up that right leg. Good. Reaching the heart forward, the back heel back as you root down through that left foot. Maybe gazing up. If it's too much strain on the neck to gaze up, then just gaze wherever it's comfortable. Find the breath, smooth, steady breath as you draw the lower belly in, so you're reaching that tailbone back towards the right heel, hollowing through the front of the pelvis, spreading the lower back. Good. Exhale, make your way back down to the mat. Inhale in the high plank, stabilize the shoulders here. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Trikonasana B, bring the right foot forward. Square the hips and the shoulders towards the front of the mat. Now we're going to leave the left hand down and reach the right arm up, twisting through the spine. If you want to deepen the expression, you can bring the left hand to the outside of the right foot. And again, place a block underneath the hand if you need that because of your tight hamstrings or maybe tight hips. Not tight, but tighter. Good. And then press evenly down through both feet. It feels like you're pressing both feet down and away from each other. And just notice how that really stabilizes the whole posture, the whole body. Drawing the lower belly in, reaching the heart forward, lengthening through the spine. Good. One more breath here. See if you can clip that right hip back and towards the center line. Exhale, gaze down for balance, twisted half moon pose, shift into the right foot. Left hand comes to the top left corner of the mat. Pick up the left leg, and then reach the right arm up, twisting the spine, half moon. You can also have the hand on that right hip if you need to, and see if you can keep moving that right hip away from the rib cage. As you press through the right foot, spread the lower back, draw the lower belly in, so you're hollowing through the front of the body, and reaching the heart forward, and reaching the left heel back. Good. This posture is harder than it looks. So really connecting down into your foundation and coming back to the breath. Softening the breath. Drawing the lower belly in to support the back. Good. Exhale, come down, step back into a high plank, deep breath in. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward. Let's do that on the other side. Right hand stays down. Left arm reaches up as you move into the twist. Good. So first we do with the foot down. That's the second part. Yeah. Starting from the ground up, pressing both feet down and away from each other. Clipping that left hip back so the left sit bone moves back and towards the center line. Good. Good. Shift back more into this foot. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Nice. Lengthening through the spine. Smooth breath. Exhale, gaze down. Twisted half moon pose. Shift forward, right hand to the top right corner of the mat. Pick up the right leg, reach the left arm up. And feel that back right heel reaching back, the heart reaching forward. And pressing down through that left foot. So feel like the pelvis is on top of the femur bone. So you're not sinking into the left hip. You're pressing down, the pelvis is on top of the femur bone, and it's even. Try to keep the hips in line with each other as you spread the lower back, hollow the front of the body, draw the lower belly in. Good, one more breath here, stay with it. Exhale as you come back down, inhale in the high plank. Exhale as you bend the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, inhale, bring the right foot forward. You can keep that back heel lifted, and we're gonna lift the chest, arms over your head. And as you reach the pinkies up towards the ceiling, wrap the shoulder blades and drop the tailbone. So you really feel stretched through the front of the left hip. As you draw the lower belly in and bend a little bit more into the right hip. And again, drop the tailbone, even if it's like such a small movement. Good. Draw the lower belly in, keep wrapping the shoulder blades so you're widening the upper back. And as you feel the feet rooting down, reach up through the pinkies. Good. Exhale, we're gonna shift into Digasana. So you're gonna bring the chest forward and pick up that left leg to come into Warrior 3. Your hands can be in prayer, they can be out to the side, they can even be interlaced behind the back, reaching back. Draw the lower belly in and reach back to the left heel as you reach forward through the heart. Good, one more breath here. Exhale, we're gonna go back into that lunge. So bend the knee and reach it back behind you. And now plant the heel this time. Arms over your head. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, straighten the leg, interlace the fingers. Take another deep breath in. We're going into humble warrior. Exhale as you bend into the right knee. And reach the hands away from the hips. Good. Pressing both feet down and away from each other. As you draw the lower belly in, relax the neck. Take one more breath. Inhale, we're coming into Parsvakonasana A. So lift the chest up and then bring the right hand down to the outside of the right foot or the right forearm to the thigh. Reach the left arm over your head. Good. Stay with it. Keep bending into that right knee. As you press the right heel forward and down, press the outside edge of the left foot down and back. Draw the lower belly and feel that left thigh moving away from the floor. And again, try not to arch the back. Reach the tailbone towards the back. Draw the lower ribs in. Good, one more breath. Are your thighs burning yet? The right thigh in particular? Okay, good. Okay, now you can come out of it. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, step back into a high plank. Exhale, mission accomplished. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left side. Bring the left foot forward. Keep that back heel lifted. Arms over your head. Good. And so you're gonna bend into the right knee as you reach back through the right heel. And so feel how that, just that small refinement helps to really open the front of the right hip. And then as you wrap the shoulder blades and reach up through the pinky and ring fingers, drop the tailbone a little bit, and then bend into the left knee a little bit more. Good, one more breath here. Root down through the feet. Exhale into Digasana, so you're gonna shift forward. See if you can, in one motion, move into Digasana. Or maybe you just need to scoot that right foot forward first. Good. So you want to find a straight line from the crown of the head through the right heel. Root down through that left foot. And now see if you can internally rotate through that back leg as you spread the lower back and reach back through the right heel. One more breath here. Exhale, move back into Virabhadrasana A with the back heel lowered. Inhale, humble warrior, interlace the fingers. Exhale, fold into it. Good, press down through both feet. Draw the lower belly in. Find the breath. That's gonna help you stay with any discomforts that might arise. Deepen the breath. Release the soft palate. One more breath here. Inhale, come up. Exhale into Parsvakonasana. Left hand to the outside of the left foot, or forearm onto the thigh. Reach the right arm over your head. Good. And now really establishing a strong foundation that's going to help you to be in this posture with a little bit more steadiness and ease. So pressing both feet down and away from each other, moving that left knee back over the left ankle as you move the right thigh away from the floor. So you're not collapsing down, you're pressing down and lifting up. Good, one more breath, bend a little bit more into the left knee. Exhale, come down. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the right foot forward. Parsvakonasana B. Inhale, you can lower the knee or keep it lifted. Lift the left arm up. Exhale as you twist over to the right. Drop the tailbone, round the spine, so the elbow comes to the outside of the right thigh. To have your hands in prayer, you could always have the knee down, or you can bring the left hand to the outside of the right foot with the arm over your head. Or you can do a bind here if you want. Good, clipping that right hip back. Find the breath and breathe into the backside, breathe into the sides, breathe into parts of the rib cage that are accessible in the twist. Bend a little bit more into the right knee. Don't stop breathing, one more. Inhale into Virabhadrasana B. So open the arms, open the hips towards the left side of the mat. As you gaze over the right fingers, bend into the right knee. Feel the tailbone and pubic bone moving down towards each other as you draw the lower belly in, lengthen through the spine. Good, now we're going to shift back and bend into the left knee into a half squat. Good. And now, first we're going to keep the sit bones lifted off the floor. If that's really uncomfortable, because maybe the hips aren't open enough, you can sit onto a block. Elevate the hips and sit onto a block. We're going to reach the arms forward. Come onto your fingertips and just reach forward as much as you can. Wrapping the shoulder blades, spreading the back. Deep breaths, and keep that right leg strong, the right heel rooting into the mat. One more breath here. Deep breath. Exhale, you're going to shift back and sit onto your sit bones. Good, at least the right sit bone. The left one will probably still be on the floor. All right, now we're going to do a side stretch. So you're going to bring the right hand forward and then spin to the side towards the left knee as you reach the left arm over your head. Good. And then again, if you feel like way back here, you can sit onto a block or onto a bolster or onto some blankets. Good. And you're going to reach here, and then the left arm can just reach up towards the ceiling, or you can reach over towards the right foot, the outside edge of the right foot. And then with the right hand, you can catch the left ankle. So we're going for a side stretch. So if that's the deepest version, but if not, you can just have the hand here and reach the left arm up. Or if you can bring the right elbow to the floor to help you root down to reach up. Good. You don't have to grab onto there. Grab onto, put your hand onto the floor. Good. Yeah. Put the elbow down. Good. Well, actually, let's do this. Put the elbow onto a block and then reach that way. Good. Good. Do you feel the side stretch? No. Good. All right, take one more breath wherever you are. It's because you need to be sitting on a block. Like it's because you're falling back too much. All right. Coming out of that slowly, And then you're going to shift, try without your hands. If you need to use your hands, that's okay. But try without your hands to shift forward to the other side. Good. And then spin with the hands on either side of the right foot. Step back into a high plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the left foot forward, Konasana B. Reach the right arm up. Exhale, twist to the left. Good. Moving that left sit bone back and towards the midline as you reach the heart forward. Good. Keep bending into the left knee. Draw the lower belly in. Steady the breath. Deep breaths. Feeling into the center line. Good. One more. Don't stop breathing. Don't hear a lot of breathing in here. On your next inhale, open up into Virabhadrasana B. Windmill the arms over your head and open to the side. Good. Gaze over the left fingers. Draw the lower belly in. Try to keep the torso perpendicular to the ground. So keep the left knee bent as you reach back through here. Yeah. Good. Yeah. See if you can drop down a little bit more here. Drop the tailbone as you're arching the back. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard. No, hips facing the side like this. Good. But you need to keep the left knee over the left ankle. Yeah. All right, exhale, back into that half squat in the right side. Shift back. Keep the sit bones lifted as you reach forward. And press down through the right foot to actively lift the hips. Breathe into the back side as you spread the back. Wrap the shoulder blades. Good. Exhale as you lower down and come into that side stretch. So remember, if you're way back, elevate the hips onto a blanket, bolster, or block, and then just find a side stretch. Any side stretch you can manage, opening the heart towards the right knee and lifting the right arm over your head, reaching up and over as far as you can. Good. So what's going to help you find that side stretch is spinning the heart forward while dropping the tailbone at the same time. So spinning the heart forward without arching the back. Keep the lower ribs in and keep reaching the tailbone towards the floor. Keep drawing the lower belly in. And that's going to help you feel that side stretch. And take a couple more deep breaths into the side body. Good. Good. On your next inhale, coming out of it. Exhale, shift into the other side with hands or no hands. Exhale, bring the hands on either side of the left foot. Pivot towards the front of the mat. Exhale, step back into a plank and bend the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Let's do a little bit more into the hips. Inhale, and bring the right foot forward to the outside edge of the right hand. Good. And you can stay here, or you can reach forward onto your fingertips. Good. So we're actively moving into hip flexion and hip extension. As you bend into the right knee, reach back through the left heel, reach forward through the heart, and wrap the shoulder blades, spread the back. Draw the lower belly in. One more breath, stay with it. Exhale, shift back, walk the hands back, and let's move into pigeon. So moving the the right foot towards the left side of the mat. And then reach that left knee back to open the front of the left hip. Good. If you need to lessen this intensity, you can lie down, do reclined pigeon, or bring that right foot towards the left hip. Inhale, take a deep breath in, and then exhale, fold. Good. You can also put a block underneath the hip if you need to. Good, and now come into the breath. Allow those deep breaths to release any tension, if it's possible to release. Good. Okay, is that okay? One more breath here. Inhale, walk back up and make your way into a plank. Take a vinyasa at your own pace. You could also just hang out in child's pose or downward facing dog in between, whatever you need before moving into the other side. When you're ready, left foot forward to the outside edge of the left hand. And so before you move into it, see if you can bring the hips in line with each other and then move into it. So try not to let that left side of the right side of the hip sink down. Keep the hips in line with each other, and then the pelvis in one line moves towards the mat. And then from there, reach the right heel back, the heart forward, spreading the upper back, drawing the lower belly in. Good. Stay with it for a couple more breaths. Legs are strong. And walk back, moving into pigeon. Whatever pigeon you're working with, recline pigeon is an option. Good. Inhale, deep breath in, and then exhale, fold. Come into the breath. Just a couple more breaths here. All right, inhale, come up. And then moving through vinyasa or going straight into downward facing dog. And we'll meet in downward facing dog or child's pose. Inhale, jump through when you're ready to a seated position. Good. Let's just do a couple twisting postures here. Let's just do Marichyasana. So bend the right knee, bring the right knee to your chest, bring the right hand behind you, and then move into the twist. So you can either just hug onto the knee and lift the heart, look over the right shoulder. You can bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, and then press the elbow and the knee against each other to twist and look over the right shoulder, or in that direction. If that strains the neck to look over the right shoulder, you don't have to look all the way there. Or you could also take the bind, if that's in your practice or if that's accessible, behind the back. Good. As you inhale, lift the heart. As you exhale, move into the twist. And try not to let that right knee collapse towards the center line. Gently press the right knee out to the side. Good, and keep that left foot awake. Flex the foot, reach forward through the big toe. Good. One more breath here. And exhale, release. Let's go straight into the other side. Bend the left knee. Exhale. I like to lean back a little bit, really round the spine, and then move into the twist. Breathing into the side of the body, into the back of the body, since the front of the body is less accessible, to find new spaces to breathe into, to maintain a steady, deep breath. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Good. One more breath here. Exhale, release that. Let's take a vinyasa, cross the shins. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, step or jump back. Bend the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, jump through to seated. Before we try Galavasana, we're going to do some core. So we're going to do a combination of Navasana, high Navasana, and low Navasana. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what I'm calling it. So Navasana, I'll show you first what we're going to do. Navasana can be here, it can be here, it can be here. 5 breaths here, and then we're going to lower down 5 breaths here, and you want to get the lower back to touch the floor so that the front of the body hollows and strengthens with the arms to your side. You can also modify like this with the feet on the floor, but still you really want to tuck the tailbone so that the lower back is touching the floor. Yeah, that's what's going to help us to connect into this front body strength and lift the shoulders off the floor. And then we're going to come back in and then release and probably do it a couple more times. All right, you ready? This is going to be super fun. Okay. Navasana. Take your pick. Navasana, Navasana, Navasana. 5 breaths. 1, 2, draw the lower belly and lift the heart. 3, good. 4, 5, lower down. 1, lower back touches. 2, good. 3, good. 4, 5, crunch back in. Hands down. If you want to do a little bit of extra, you can lift the hips here and drop down. Good. Again. 1, 2, deep breaths. 3, 4, 5, lower down. Rotate the pelvis under. 2, 3, 4, you can also bend the knees. 5, inhale up. Exhale, lower the feet. If you want, inhale up. Exhale down. Again. 1, keep the breath deep and steady. 2, 3, soften the tension behind the eyes. 4, 5, exhale down. 1, 2, lower back touching. 3, 4, 5, inhale up. Exhale, lower the feet. Inhale, lift the hips maybe. Exhale, come down. Should we do one more? Let's do one more. 1, 2 more? 1 or 2 more? 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Strong legs. 4, 5. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up and come all the way up back into a plank. Exhale. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Oh, that feels nice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay. Come down to your knees. So by request, we're going to try Galavasana, which requires just like so many skills. So we're going to break it down, try what you can. I'm going to show you like the more accessible entry into it, and then I'll give you the option to try the harder entry into it. And it's sort of combining like arm balances and pigeon. So you need a lot of hip rotation, but you also need a lot of shoulder strength and that like front body strength. So it's really like a lot of that wrapping that I've sort of been cueing you towards through the class. So we're going to come onto hands shoulder width apart and come onto your feet. Like if you're going to come into Bakasana. And option, you can either work with me or you can watch me the first time. And you're gonna, let's see. I've never taught it from here, so let me think. So I wonder if it's, yeah, let's do it. So you're gonna bring your right ankle above your left knee. So if you want, you can even do this from standing. You go from here, right ankle above the right knee, and then bring the hands down. Or you can just go straight into it like this. And then so what you're trying to reach is you're trying to bring the front of the right ankle behind the left armpit. And you want to hook that foot as tightly as possible. So and this takes a lot of rotation in the hip, so maybe the foot's a little bit lower.
which is fine. Eventually you want to get it as high up as possible so that the right knee comes as high up as possible behind the right shoulder. So like towards the right armpit. And so you're in this position, right? So that the shin bone is going across the two arms. Let me show it from this perspective too, for those of you at home. And so this is what you're approximating. I'll show it from this perspective. So maybe you're down here, which is fine. Yeah? I actually find this harder. And then from here, you're just going to try to bend the elbows a little bit and shift into the hands so that the back foot, you can just be on your toes and see if you can lift that foot. And then eventually, you straighten the leg behind you. All right, but just try that like prep. And maybe one limitation you might come up across is it's hard to get lift. So it might be helpful to bring that left foot onto a block. Maybe not, I'm not so sure about this. Might not make it easier. Actually, it kind of does a little bit. Good. And once you're there, you really want to flex that right foot and press through the shoulders. So you're widening the upper back. Good. And then once you find your balance, you can straighten the left leg. All right, let's see it. Good. And now more pressing down. So, yeah, at first, yeah, so let me show you. This is just like a very advanced refinement. So you're here, and you can be like, you're kind of like here, see? And you want to press up. Because then from there, it's a lot easier to like feel that lightness. Yeah, instead of like sinking into that left hip, press down and lift up. Yeah, it gets hard. All right, how'd it go? This is hard, so we're just trying. Yeah, flex that foot. And keep the elbows wrapping in, so you don't want the elbows to splay out. Yeah, maybe start from standing. Nice. That was really good. Yeah. Another entry into this is from tripod, which actually flex that foot a little bit more. Flex it super hard. Yeah, press down and lift the hips. Good. Nice. Nice. Good. Another, really work on the setup first. And once the setup feels steady, then you can think about reaching that back leg. Another way into it, if you want to try the other side from tripod. Woo! Hold on, let me find my balance. Okay. From here, you hook the ankle in front of the knee. And this is nice too because you can use the strength of the right leg to push the shin down. And then you kind of scoot everything up towards the armpits. And then from here, you can come into here or come into here. Yeah? I think it's easier to get the leg there, but then it's a little bit, you have to like really use your strength to shift into that first lifted position. Try both. Bring the hands a little bit closer, so make more of like a tripod. Yeah. It might feel like less steady at first, but it's gonna, yeah, hold on, wait, before you go up, let me make sure. A little bit closer and like elbows in, so that the shoulders stay away. Yeah. Good. Good. If you want to try again, I'll help you. If you want. Nice. First come up, then straighten the leg. Don't try to do both at the same time. Yeah. Curl pose will help, yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot of strength. It's a lot of practice. Chaturanga Dandasana will help. Nice. Nice. Yeah. You're doing, yeah, you got the right idea. Okay. Good. Come on. All right, which leg is going to go down? Go. I got you. Yeah. And now bend this knee and bring the foot down. Round. Good. No? Okay. Are you okay? Okay. Good. Straighten the leg. Lift the right leg. Lift the left leg. Lift it. Good. Yeah. Good. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, you have to like really hook it. Okay. How's everybody at home doing? Where would you put the blocks? Oh, to support the shoulders? You could. That's interesting. Another thing I've seen is this. And using the wall like that, you know. I don't know. I mean, you could, but the only thing I don't like about that is that you collapse the shoulders, and then so you're not really teaching the shoulders to support themselves, you know? So it's good to like feel the shape of the posture, but not so much to teach you the right patterns for holding the shoulders in that place yourself, you know? All right. If anybody at home wants to show me, no, you're like, I'm good. This is a hard one. All right, let's take a vinyasa. It's in the third series of Ashtanga. So, you know, inhale. You can go at your own pace. Take a vinyasa. And exhale. Inhale, let's come to our knees. Let's do some back bending. Good. Ustrasana, interlace the fingers behind the back. And then as you gently squeeze the knees in towards each other, reach the fingers down, lift the heart up. Good. And draw the lower belly in. Feel the rib cage lifting away from the pubic bone. Good. And breathe deeply into the heart. Good. One more breath. And exhale, come down to your knees. We'll ease into back bends. We did a lot of like forward bend, front body strengthening. So we might not do like our deepest back bends today, which is totally fine. Okay, let's do that again. And you can do that version again, or another option is to tuck the toes and bring the hands to the heels. Or another option is to untuck the toes, bring the hands to the feet. Or bring blocks next to your feet and bring the hands to the feet. So if you haven't already, move into it as you squeeze the knees in, draw the lower belly and shift the hips forward. Good. And once you reach your version, again, squeeze the knees in, draw the lower belly in, shift the hips forward, lift the heart up. Good. One more breath there if you're still working with it. And then gently coming out of it. Knees in, knees in, knees in. Yeah. Good. Come down to your heels, sit down, take child's pose if you need to. Good. And if you have one more in you, go ahead for one more Ustrasana. Good. Good. Draw the lower belly in. Good, and when you're ready, take a vinyasa, and we'll meet lying down on our backs, or you can just go straight to lying down on your backs. Okay. Good. Once you're on your back, bend the knees, plant the feet. Feet hip-width distance apart. Leave it there. Feet parallel to each other, so make sure that the heels aren't turning in with the toes out. Make sure the feet are parallel to each other. Hands alongside the body. And we're going to slowly move into bridge pose, so stay with me. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, reach the tailbone towards the heels. So tuck the tailbone and reach the knees forward. That's going to lift the hips only a little bit off the floor. And then as you inhale, press through the feet and lift the pelvis into the bridge pose. We're just going into bridge piece by piece, yeah. And once you're in the bridge with the hips lifted, gently squeeze the knees in towards each other like you're squeezing a block with the thighs. Good, legs are strong. Taking deep breaths here. See if you can spread the lower back and release the glutes. Draw the lower belly in as you lift the sacrum. And on your next exhale, slowly roll down the spine vertebrae by vertebrae so that the sacrum is the last thing to come down. All right, 2 more times. You can do bridge again, or you can do the full wheel pose. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, reach the knees forward. Inhale, come into bridge or Urdhva Dhanurasana. Good. Bring the toes in. Yes. Squeeze the knees in towards the center. Wrap the elbows in towards each other. Deep breaths. Maybe pressing into the feet and moving the chest over the hands. On your next exhale, slowly come down. We'll do 1 more. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, reach the knees forward. Inhale into bridge pose or full wheel pose. Maybe walking the hands in for full wheel pose if you want. Nice. Good. Breathing deeply. If you're in full wheel pose, big press down through the hands, big press down through the feet. Feel the sacrum reaching up, front of the body lengthening. 1 more breath. Nice. Exhale, slowly come down. Good. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock up to seated. Let's take a forward fold to release the back. Straighten the legs. Inhale, deep breath in as you reach forward. Exhale as you fold. You can catch the feet or just catch anywhere along the legs. Good. Keep rolling the shoulders back as you reach the heart forward. You super tight? Let's do this thing. Tell me how this feels. To like help you lift. You actually, you know what? Sit on these blankets. Just put this underneath your hips. Good. Good. Now forward fold. It's okay? Let me try this too. Give me your hands. Grab my forearms. Okay. Good. A few more breaths here. And inhale, start to come out of it. And lie down on your back. We'll just do a couple of shoulder stands. Lying down, feel free to take a vinyasa in between if you'd like. Bring the feet over the hips. And then if you'd like to go into the full posture, lift the hips and bring the hands to the lower back. Reaching the toes up towards the ceiling, bringing the elbows towards each other. Make sure that the weight is in the shoulders, so shrugging the shoulders down the back and moving the chin away from the chest. Good. Finding deep, long breaths here to help settle the nervous system as we close the practice. Okay, you can always modify with the hips on the floor if you need to. And now moving into Halasana, bringing the feet over the head. And then if the feet touch, you can interlace the fingers or just keep the hands on the lower back. Stay down. Good, moving the chin away from the chest. The toes can be tucked or pointed. See if you can straighten the spine as much as possible so the sit bones are reaching up towards the ceiling. Good, and again, always coming back to the breath, especially in these postures, finding a long, even, steady breath. Good, and then maybe moving into Karnapidasana, bending the knees, rounding the spine this time. The knees are moving towards the ears and down towards the floor. They don't need to touch either of those two, they're just moving in that direction as you round the spine. And again, either interlace the fingers or hands to the lower back. If you need a modification for this, happy baby. Couple more deep breaths here. Release the hands and slowly roll the spine down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Letting the hips come down, letting the legs come down, and we'll do one counter pose, legs straight out in front of you. Catch the back of the thighs, press the elbows, lift the heart, and bring the crown of the head towards the mat. Good. Opening the front of the body, opening the throat. Matsyasana, fish pose. Good, and it feels like the shoulder blades are coming towards each other and you're lifting the heart. Imagine the mind melting into the mat. Good. Keep the hips down. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna lift you here. Good. And when you're ready, you can release that, tuck the chin, and make your way into Savasana. If there's any other postures or movements that you need to do before settling into Savasana, feel free to do that. Maybe you need to hug the knees, recline twist. Maybe you need some more inversions, headstand. When you're ready, splaying out on your mat, taking up space. Feeling the backside of the body. Feeling the backside of the body making contact with the ground. Completely relaxing through the points of contact that the body is making with the mat. Feeling that support from the ground, holding the body up as you completely relax. Releasing the tension behind the eyes, tension in the throat, and in the jaw. If you're ready to come out, start to deepen the breath. Feel free to stay here longer if you need to, as long as you need to. If you're ready, start to make small movements with the body, reaching the arms over your head. And one knee at a time, bringing the knees to the chest. And noticing which nostril the breath is flowing through. Whichever nostril the breath is flowing through, falling over onto that side into a fetal position. And when you're ready, slowly make your way back up to a seated position, taking your time. We'll just take a few moments in a seated position with the eyes closed, if that's okay, if that's comfortable. Settling here for a moment, feeling into the residue, feeling into whatever's left over from the practice. Dropping into sensation. If you'd like, maybe setting an intention for the rest of your day. Maybe it's something that you feel you practiced on the mat that you want to take with you. Focus, attention to the breath. We'll bring the palms to heart center. We'll finish the closing mantra. You can join or you can just listen. Swasti prajabhyaha paripalayantan nyayena margena mahim mahishaha go brahmanebhyaha shubhamastu nityam lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, everyone.